It's been far too long since I've cleaned anything. Just gas this stupid gnome. But it took a quick, easy job because I want that quick, easy money. I've got about $1,500 to my name, which means we only need about $500 to get the better power washer. And I just went with some of my all-purpose spray. I think that's what it was to start. Whatever the case, it did a not bad job of cleaning things. Anyways, for something this small, I can probably mostly just use my yellow nozzle with the extension because that way we get lots of pressure from near or far. And there's not a lot of surface area to cover anyway. This is going to be one with lots of annoying little angles that you're not really going to see till you circle it 85 times. But I've got time if you do. Gonna spend a lot of time on my knees this video. I just zoned out for a few minutes as I tend to do, and suddenly it feels like we're almost done. But it's like I said, we've got all the stupid little parts underneath that are very hard to spray into and very hard to get. Kind of just about done. We're like 96% done, but we still have things like the exhaust and the fairings and the fender. The fender probably would be impossible to find if you didn't have that menu. And then suddenly you see an angle like this, and then it all makes sense. It feels like you haven't even washed any of the bike yet. Now the only thing left is the fuel tank and the mud guard. The fuel tank you can't really get at until you're up on top, and then it's hard to see because it's yellow. The other thing was the mud guard. And I'm not actually sure what it means by mud guard in this case. I've circled the bike several times, looking at everything that would in fact guard it from mud, and I'm letting it down horribly. I was being really stupid and looking at the mud guard on the bike and not actually at the sidecar. That was an extra $2. It was very painful to get, but now we're only $400 away from our goal. And here's the progress we made. Suddenly we actually got to work on the details, and then it's all clean. Next we can do the forest cottage. That's worth $500, and it's going to be a bit of a handful because we also have to do the wall on the outside, which is interesting, but I'll start to get a feel of what's worth what, and then we can get to work doing the high value stuff first. Maybe starting with the chimney. Looks like the yellow nozzle is more than adequate for going all the way up. Hopefully the green one will work well too. We're going to give that a try, because the green one does a lot bigger of an area, so this is not too bad. My goal basically is to make the money as fast as possible to get the better power washer, and then we can do all of this a lot faster. We're going to need the yellow one for the top. And I've just realized the chimney actually has a proper top to it, so I'm going to have to wash that to get money anyways. Luckily, this guy is half mountain goat, so we can climb right up here without too much issue at all. And someone was thoughtful enough to have spray painted this pink, so that's going to be a little extra hard to get off, even with the red nozzle. Luckily, I have this jet stream that could cut through the middle of the earth. This is where things are going to get kind of annoying and tricky though, because like I can stand out here, but I slowly slide down as I do, and then I'll fall off the roof and have to climb all the way back up. Chimney's done. That's $15, which isn't too bad. Next, I kind of want to try this. I don't know what it's called, but we're going to do this part of the roof. I could Google these things to make myself look smarter, but there's no point in trying to fool anyone. I barely even know how I got up here. Only now just realizing this is actually part of the main roof, according to my gauge in the upper left, so we're going to work on windows and window frames for a minute, because that's easier, and I'm super lazy. They're definitely a little more resilient on the windows, so I'm going to need the yellow nozzle or better to do these. That's mostly done, but the window, there we go. We're up to $1,662. We're almost there. So real quick, let's do the other window, because these actually go fairly fast. Another window done, and that means we're like 50% done this entire place. But we're gonna do another window for now, because these are gonna be worth probably the most money compared to how long they take. And I'm pretty sure once we do the big wall areas, we can mostly do them with the bigger nozzles, so those are gonna actually be pretty quick once the small details are done. Though I do have a little bit of glass cleaner. I wonder if it's worth it to give everything a quick spray with glass. It's not actually as quick as I would like, considering how much this costs. Like this, I don't think is worth it. Nope, not worth it at all. Do you think they'd be mad if I just did the windows? My theory is that from the inside of the house, everything would look very clean. They'd look out through sparkling clear windows. They don't have to look at this stuff anyway. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why no one would ever hire me to do anything at all. Only 2 windows left, one of which is this one that's going to be stuck behind the ladder conveniently. Never mind, we got one more. I wonder if I can get it from here. Can I be lazy on this one? But I'm less than $300 away from my goal, so that feels pretty good. No, the windows are officially done. The door seems to be a separate piece, so we'll do that next after we move the ladder somewhere way out of the way. I feel like the door is going to be very satisfying by itself because it's nice, simple, straightforward wood. The door frame is done. The door is a separate piece, and then the metal latches are a separate piece again, which is going to need the big boy nozzle to get them all nice and clean. I'm actually going to switch and use the glass cleaner on this because it actually works really well on metal for some reason, and that's just going to save me time. Yeah, that was stupidly easy because the glass cleaner didn't work great on the glass anyways. And the steps are a separate piece. Can we use the big white nozzle? I think we maybe can. 10. Well, maybe the green nozzle is going to be better, but you get the idea. This is going to be nice and easy. Oh, and even these little side panels are their own separate piece. So if I get that last little bit, we should get a little bit of money. And even these wooden beams are a separate piece too, which is good and bad because that's going to be super annoying. But this whole area is done. $1,730. We're getting closer. $6 for that entire wall. Again, I might be able to get away with tricking this person because they come through the gate right here. So if I clean like this part of the house and clean the windows, they'd never know the rest was dirty. But now I really don't know how I want to do the rest of this. I'm going to work my way around probably clockwise from here, doing the walls and everything from the roof down. So not the roof, but maybe the lower part of the roof. That way I don't have to get it later. Plus there's just a lot of different things here to be cleaned that are going to give me lots of quick little bursts of money. So far so good. I'm mostly able to just kind of zone out and go back and forth in a very satisfying manner and make a little bit of money. I'll be done before I know it, even though it's really going to be like 6 hours. And I still managed to miss a window. I'm so bad at this. Okay, and just like that, the window is done. We're going back to the green nozzle for most of this wall. And good news, there's actually a lot of graffiti all over these walls. I don't even know what I'm spraying it with right now, but it seems to be doing a job. It's good old glass cleaner again. It really is all-purpose stuff. That wall still isn't done, but I think we can mostly just kind of, yep, there we go. We're like $200 away from our goal. Parts like this are really satisfying too, where you can just take long, big strips out of them, lower it down a little bit, and go back the other way. Back of the house is in fact done. As long as you don't look at the roof. Kind of forgot in the front that I need to do under this part because I'm not going to be able to get it from above, and that would really annoy me to get the roof done and have to come back up and do spots like this. And I still missed another window. My attention to detail is top notch. I'm about $140 away from my goal, so we're going to be there before you know it. Hopefully this roof is worth a lot. I've done this side, now I'm trying to do this side, but it's super annoying because you mostly just slide down it. But I think I can use the white nozzle for most of it too, which is nice and wide. $30 for that little part of the roof is actually not bad. That's a big part of my goal done. If I do the rest of the roof, I feel like I'll be a millionaire. It's definitely going to take a minute to do though. Hopefully I can use the white nozzle for most of it. The white nozzle still leaves this weird little like that shape, so green it is. Didn't realize how annoying this was going to be, like doing this part of the roof, because I'm basically going to be sliding up and down the entire time. Just got to remember all the money it's worth. But we're 72% cleaned overall. We've got basically the front half of the house done. Just got to do the back roof and then the fence. And I fell off the roof again, so we're going to bring the ladder to the back side, because that probably makes a little more sense. Because at least now I can sit. Never mind. Because now at least I can sit on the ladder and not slide and at least get areas like this. The final part of the roof, it's pretty slippery and steep and annoying, but look at that money. We're within $100. Finishing this roof might actually get us there. The roof looks clean to me, but apparently the game's not happy with the job I did, so I'm gonna have to go around and chase a few more of those little spots. It looks like there's some pretty big spots, yeah, right at this little peak. I didn't really want to get too close to these because I'll fall off and have to walk all the way back up. Just finished the roof finally, $60, so we're $40 away from the super washer. So I'm hopefully going to get enough of the little pieces of the fence to make that $40 I need. And the gate was worth... we don't know yet because it's not clean yet. Very hard to clean this little gate. But I do actually have a bottle of stone cleaner, so this could be fun to use. I bet it's going to do a real quick job of that wall. Not really. The sprays are good sometimes for metal, but everything else I feel like they're just not worth it. $3 for the gate. The gate took a long time to do. Alright, well I guess we'll just go back to doing the wall then. The wall is maybe also going to be annoying because it has lots of little cracks that are really hard to get the proper angle on. Plus this top is going to be a bit of a nightmare to do. Hopefully I can stand right on top and just kind of spray along it. That seems to work not bad. It looks like it's about $4 per panel. We're also going to move that way out of the way. I always forget I have that stool, but it would probably actually help a lot. I do get $2 per post, so maybe let's run ahead and do all the posts real quick. Because if I can get a better pressure washer to do this stone, things will go much quicker. And these posts actually go super quick, even with the orange nozzle, because it's high power but narrow. Basically, I can do it like this, and it's good. And on to the next one. Okay, $13 left to go. Hopefully we can use the white for most of these, because that's a nice hefty spray. And it looks like we actually can, so that's very nice. The most annoying part is walking over their chopping block, because it lifts me up as I'm going and I'm trying to keep a nice rhythm going. I'm $1 away. I don't really want to do the part in behind the scaffolding because that's going to be annoying, so we're going to go to this side and do this little panel right here, because this one should go nice and quick. The fence posts over there might take a little longer, but overall they shouldn't take long at all. $2,003, which I think is enough. So we're in medium duty right now. We're going to go to heavy duty, which makes it better in a lot of different ways, particularly on tough, embedded, and encrusted. So let's give it a try. Prime Vista 3000. It's got no extensions or anything, but I think it's going to make a pretty big difference already. Yeah, you can pretty comfortably do this whole thing with the white without leaving too much of any streaks behind. I could definitely notice a pretty big difference already. And once we get a few more extensions for this, it's going to be much, much better. But I think the green for now is going to be faster just because it really leaves no streaks in behind, so I can just very comfortably do it like this. The laser I can be, the happier I am. Yeah, this one goes with a lot more power because I can basically just go like this back and forth. I don't really even have to check it with tab to see if we got all the dirt because we're pretty sure we did at this point. It's back and forth a few more times and we're good, and on to the next one. It's much quicker. It will be interesting to see the difference it makes on this gate because with the old washer, it was a bit of a struggle to wash this thing. This one so far is doing a lot better, but we'll see how it does against the metal. But I also have this cool nozzle for this one now, I guess because it's compatible with both the original and this power washer, and that actually does a really good job. Yeah, that takes the stuff right off there, no problem. This is way better. That was so much easier. Okay, so we did that part of the wall very quickly. As far as I know, everything's done, and I'm not really sure what's left. 3 timber frames. We missed an entire 3 of them, which is impressive, and 1 window. I don't know how I managed to miss a window, but we're going to go around and check all the timber frames one by one until we find the one who's misbehaving. I suspect it's probably one of the original ones because they tend to be very lazy at first. Yep, here's one of them. Because I'm just in a hurry to get started and figure out how I'm going to do everything. And also before I even realize what the individual parts actually are. Are these wooden frames? Nope. The wooden frame is going to elude me for a minute. So we're just going to, yeah, it's that window. You can see the spot right there. Okay, windows are done. Now it's just a wooden frame somewhere. One of the timber frames was that little guy. I didn't even see it down there, but we're still missing one. And that's alarming because I should be able to find it fairly easily. And I'm not. Yeah, I found it. It's this one. There's some dirt right there. And we have $139 left over for whatever job is next. And if you want to see how this went, it was basically like this. Did that, then did the roof, and then did the walls. Makes it look so much faster that way. And we have an SUV to clean. This is going to be fun. But I'm also going to want some kind of attachments. Unless I can't afford them, and that's just fine. I guess we're still pretty poor. This doesn't actually look like it's going to be that bad, though. I don't know what he did to this vehicle, but he got it pretty dirty. Kind of hoping we can just use the white one against most of this, and it looks like we probably can. So this will actually be pretty quick to do. We'll maybe go over it with some finer washer. Well, if it's missing stuff like that, let's downgrade to green, because that should mostly get the window done, and things like the lights I know should be pinging as we go. So that's definitely nice and easy. And even this license plate, no, maybe that's not a separate spot, but this new washer is great. Yeah, this is so much quicker that I would have been here like 10 times faster than what it actually took me to get here. So we're going to start with those nice windows while standing on the hood of a car. I'm not responsible for any damage done to this vehicle while I'm the one washing it. There's another window done, and another window done, and another window done. This is so quick. The hood is probably its own separate piece, so we're going to give that a real quick wash. I love how the green washer now can pretty much do everything because it's actually pretty big. And maybe the hood wasn't its own entity unless this happens to be part of it. Yep, there's the hood, $3. The mirrors need to be done. Done. Should probably do the roof before I forget about it entirely, but it's not going to take long at all because again we got this super big high-powered wide nozzle. I think the roof is just kind of generally the body, so we're going to finish doing some of these panels. The doors are probably their own separate pieces. This goes so quick, I almost don't know what to do with myself. There are going to be a few spots that are a little more tedious, like the wheels and wheel wells, but even that's not going to be too bad because I can mostly just high-speed spray them like that. I'm basically doing this in real time, which is wild to me because nobody of these things take so long and are so tedious. This is really a nice change of pace. Hopefully all the levels are like this from now on too, especially with this new washer. That's going to make it go much quicker. Because I'm pretty sure all I need to do now is just the front, so I'll make sure those lights are individually done, including that one. There's a little grill, air intake, whatever it is. This tire might actually be the only thing left. Wow, that went so quick. That took like 5 minutes. Normally these take like 45. Oh, I forgot about the gnome now. Here you go. And if you want to see it, we did actually almost do it about this quickly. That was such a satisfying one. I really enjoyed that. That was $150. Next, I think I'm going to buy the Prime Vista 3000. Improves the range while still being able to be used quite close to surfaces. And so we're going to use that to clean the Mars rover. I guess I could have been switching back and forth between these a lot when I need to get further away places. I usually just settle on one for the entire job. But that's going to help because now I can do things far and close. And that was quick. I think, again, this new washer is going to clean this whole thing very, very quickly. But there definitely are going to be a lot of tedious little spots that are going to be hard to see. But at least we'll be able to wash them quickly when we do finally find them. And the colors definitely make it hard, because when I use my vision to see the dirt, they kind of blend in with the background. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of these tedious little parts. I don't know if I'm ever going to find all of the angles of this thing, because even these are like individual little pieces. So for now, I'm going to work on the wheels, because these I actually understand and can see fairly well. By the way, you should not ever let me near something this expensive, especially with a high-powered water gun. Well, I think I got the wheels and legs about done. There's something glowing in there still. But it's going to be really hard to get in there because look at it. I can get it from this side maybe with my super washer. I think mostly I can just do the top now, and that's great because I really love standing on top of this thing. I'm probably causing like $40 million in damage every second, but at least I'm making some money. What even is this? Like a tinfoil wrapped beacon? What do you need a beacon on Mars for? There's no one else here, except for him. Anyways, let's see if I can find the rest of this. I'm mostly just kind of spray around because it's very hard to see what I need to spray anyways. And when I check the menu for things, I'm probably not going to know what most of this is. An antenna, hazard camera, mast camera, sensors. Well, this was one of the cameras. And from this angle, I can see a lot of stuff that I did miss. So I'm going to sit right here and try and get as many things as I can, because as soon as I move, they're going to be very hard to find ever again. Do you think it's going to hurt it if I use my high-powered nozzle on other very delicate-looking instruments? All right, someone let me know if they see any spots. I see one there, and I'm not... Okay, there's another one. This is so tedious. I want to go back to washing SUVs. Can I just be a car wash? So one more wheel hub and hazard cameras. Which one of these wheel hubs didn't get any love? I sprayed those so thoroughly. That was the first thing I did. And I'm still not seeing which one it is. It's probably some really, really stupid angle. So it's going to take me 25 minutes just to find this. Am I misunderstanding what a wheel hub is? Is this thing in the way? Go out there. Where is the missing dirt? Oh, I see it now. The stool was in the way. It always works against me. I should really just move it or even use it. And do you see that? We got some dirt up here too. There's a hazard camera. Oh, okay, let's see what that looks like. Ah. Okay, so we need to find googly eyes. Where's the rest of the googly eyes? How does this thing see? According to this, everything is clean. The hatch is just non-existent, and I'm not really sure what the hatch is or where to find it or how to clean it. Or is the hatch like somewhere out here? Oh, that makes sense. Should have known when the gnome wasn't around. Well, now we have alien slime of some kind, but my yellow nozzle is definitely up to the task. And this one's going to be nice and satisfying. I like how I can sit all the way back here and do it. That feels right. I wonder what's down there. Not the gnome, that's for sure. Oh, that was quick. Okay, job's done. Hopefully we get reimbursed because it's probably pretty expensive to get here. And here's how it went. We went and cleaned all those stupid itty bitty little pieces. That was the most tedious thing ever, but we're done.